What is this Tour de France that starts in like somewhere else?
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's Tour to France. It's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine.
But then again, my knowledge of this is very, very limited. So it is what it is. But this plane, I mean, we talk about oftentimes, James, how first games usually we want to see everything kind of fair for teams to get landed and get sorted. This plane path was very far east, so there will no doubt have been teams that have been forced to go for more kind of alternative drop spots. But with that said, I mean, pretty straightforward circle to rotate into. FaZe kind of have to realize that we're not playing with any back open here. We have to just take the fight straight to him.
No, indeed. Clear this out, get rid of it, try and then get towards Fex if possible. But Lou has made the rotate over towards Fex. He might be able to get him up here. Meanwhile, Spiro! Oh my days! Oh!
We know that smokes render differently, but that looked absolutely insane. What? So teams are going to have to play the field. They're going to have to play the open. We're only in phase 3. This is absurd. This is like as tough of a start that we can have. Keanu tries to go for compound chow. Ashong says, no, not going to happen. Shoots through towards us as well. This is going to be chaos. Chaos unfolding before your eyes.
No, absolutely. As you say, with this kind of phase 3, this is what kind of happens in situations where there's like a lot of water in the circle. Oh, Balti comes on in here from Zhong. Pixelic will be able to follow stuff up as well on Creed X, and now they are absolutely getting battered. They tried to make the transition in on towards them, but it was not successful. They had to end up against Hay Bales here, and Lou now being trying to take some shots. Again, disciplined trigger finger, waiting for an opportunity.
Waiting for their in-game leader. Well, waiting for Batulins to come on down, but nope, sat still for long enough. Issue is Lou doesn't hit enough on through to play it safe. Spiro, though, there to help. Saha will fall down. Flush comes through as well, so 5 kills already for NLT in a game that, I mean, when we looked at it in the beginning with Batulins caught between Liquid players, looked very, very grim. So them still having 3 alive for 5 kills already, very good for them.
And nice shots down on towards this valley now here for Stardust. There might be a hero in disguise here for Stardust, and it might be Heroic. They are also rotating on this east side, so this conflict between Team Liquid and Heroic could unfold here and give a little bit of a lifeline to Stardust that have now slightly regrouped down towards the southeast side of this circle. They got to be wary of T-Bone, as Mexi's still lurking here, and Heroic, they know that there are people over this hillside that were shooting, and T-Bone opens up on Clip.
Yeah, finds the first one. 1 down for Liquid, and that's good info. Not only, obviously, did they get a kill, but also knowing that it's Liquid who's in the area. They know that Liquid likes to split on the edge, and that's why now you're seeing them start to look in multiple directions.
Yeah, not too bad a spot in terms of the little shacks, but as soon as everybody starts occupying the hills above you, then it gets a bit precarious. As Heroic, very well versed in this location, spending some of these smokes, but what their plan is right now is get some more, take some fights, steal the smokes from the next people, as Stardust and Team Liquid continuing on this fight. Stardust has done a pretty decent job of holding them out right now, and Team Liquid doesn't look like they can transition.
Not at all. Issue is now Northern Knights wrapping up behind them. Liquid will fall, not really to the hand of Stardust. It's actually mixing it out. Blue and Nogi fighting one on the other side. In the meantime, here comes Heroic. We knew they were going to pull up eventually, and now they are here. BBL, only 2 players left alive, trying to fend off for themselves. Thentalos falls down. Just Ketpa left alive. What can you do solo now with question mark coming up from behind as well?
Not too bad. Throwing some nades on towards all of this fight here is correctly looking for the move forward just as that molly actually dissipates. So he has an opportunity here to try and find himself an angle. BBL Esports gone out from all of this. Beanie being able to find Quetpa at the very end of it all. And Correxy, you see another molly came in. It's very close.
And the circle shifted straight into the field once again. I mean, this is absolutely atrocious. T-Bone Beamy goes down. I mean, there's only so much you can do on a hillside like this. And now Then's peeking over the hilltop too, and keeping Nuki back behind. Smart plates, leave one down to kind of keep the backs free for the rest of the teammates. This is just a hell of destruction.
Of course ENCE is still alive and been quiet up until now. Of course they have. That's what they do best as they continue to try and push on against this. Question mark's going to have a really hard time. Northern Lights, though, on the opposite side of this, is bringing the fight here to Stardust. That's big because they were having a bit of a hard time finding a way in, and they have played that well. Hobbits, though, trying to find shots on towards ENCE, trying to hold them out. I don't know. I think it's a matter of time before this gets blasted on.
Exactly. Solo player trying to fend off on the other side, but Squeaky says, no, not going to happen. Down to the nade. That's going to allow for Ents to push further forward. And still they have to make a move as well. The thing is, they have Noki already inside the circle, but because Bystander's compound is still in too, they're not going to be able to sit their backs free. Tixu peeks on over, finds one. Dante still up on the other side. Will want to lob a nade on forward, but Paige comes in from the side and question mark out 12. A lob a nade. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, it's the ones that you don't think about that work out.
Got him,
best. Yep. Escape, good position again. I mean, for footballers, they're sitting in a good spot, but they need to do damage now because they're going to have to get off this hill at some point. Page falls down, so does Corexi, and Northern Lights again in a spot early from where you thought that was going to be their doom in game 1. Now 9 kills and still 3 alive.
However, now, again, it's always the case of, right, surely this must be the end of them. Surely Ents must be able to kind of stop their position here, move forwards into the circle. Tixu opens it up here with the barrel as well. Nice shots on towards Patulins. 2v4 for now.
Very good headshot coming through. Phase 5 damage. Hurts like hell. Squeaky falls down to the blue. Tixu is going to be able to heal on through. Still first aids on Rust and Maswell, but now you can see they're being forced to expose themselves to the lowland, and that's the main issue here. And 7 kills, 2 players knocked. Don't think neither Tixu or Squeaky will get back alive, unfortunately. So this is going to be a fun one for the end game too, because it's all the teams who's been in trouble who has been getting the kills, and all the teams who have had the pleasure of the compound, because everything's been happening in the hills, they haven't really gotten a lot of kills, James. So what you can see here, NaVi 0 kills. They only have, I mean, if they die now, they're going to get 1 point this game. So while the chaos unfolds in the hill, it's placement points versus kill points. Really, we're going to see a very even leaderboard after this game 1.
Yeah, that compound, I mean, as you say, like as examples, landing some blinders here alongside Alia as well. I mean, you can't see up that hill, right, from this compound. It's got a really weird little lip that unfortunately they're able to find it, but Ents will end up falling here thanks to the nice push from bystanders. But now again, you find yourself on this side of the circle. It might keep you alive for now, but I don't think it wins the war out here in the long run, Toby. With the mini. Footballist is going to almost exactly the same place here as Entropic. It's going to be a big battle down towards the south here. QBE going for it, but Ashley gets blasted out of the car here. Straight away, taking down that car. Got to be careful. Don't get run over. And more nades going to be coming in.
This is incredibly good timing for footballers. They knew that this was going to be the only spot that Entropic could play from, so they go down and say, we're not going to be in a good spot here, but if we can hold off Entropic, we'll have so much more room to play from. Issue is Entropic, I mean, we've seen this in the past. You don't want to go up against them. Naylor finds the second, Naylor finds the third. Odin is there to do damage in return, though, but he's a single player left on his feet.
Well, he was also the one that took out QBE alongside that traversal as he came towards them. So Odin here doing big work, but here comes the res in, keeping an eye on Istanbul Wildcats. Maybe they've not seen where these knocks are. They can get the res off. Get back to cover.
They have to. Wildcats cannot focus north right now when you have them on the other side. Let's see how many more reses of these on the other side can we get in from footballers. They are technically still all up for res. As I say, that Lyron does fall down. Ives peeks on over the side. Headshot comes through. No helmet on Ives, making things difficult. Nailed up now. Solo player left alive. Need to prone on down. Limited what he can do from his position here.
You made a good point about Wildcats, because the same rule applied for them as did with Footballers and Entropic, right? If Istanbul Wildcats takes out their south threats, then they have so much room to play with here on this lip for the moment until we see where that end circle goes. But that's absolutely their prime directive right now. I mean, that it showed what we were talking about before, the kind of crossfire potential and how open this area is to other teams in the lobby. And there you go. It will be Istanbul Wildcats going out 6th place. A nice salvage mission, I think, for them. Whilst Footballists still alive, trying to wrap around on the high ground as much as they can down on the south.
Pixel just solo peeked on over and find 3 on the other side. That's insane to me, how he was allowed to peek on through, because there are only so many threats for CXC to work with. And while, I mean, they have to make the move, Pixel, once again, I mean, he's just a flank master in PUBG these days. He always managed to get himself into positions, like kind of off-angle spots where the opponents just do not expect him, and he punishes CXC with that there as well.
Bystanders get 4th. Very nice to see them get that, despite, you know, again, we expected them to go out after taking that move on towards that east side. Now we have 3 remaining Footballists, but it is going to be Skade going up against NaVi here in a few moments' time. And NaVi has a lot of angles. Where's the circle going to go? Goes their way.
Now in the car going, guys, follow me, and he's dead. Nothing he can do with that vehicle there at all. NaVi now circle in that direction, knowing that with that not coming through until now, just before they need to use this time to push further forward. That's a bait right there, because that's Nauic's vehicle. So they thought that might be a player on it, but not the case at all. The car kept driving forward without him in it. He's now been resting back on his feet.
As Jempty here, Pixelic as well, trying to find themselves spot. Uber opens up things onto Sampy, and now it's not going to work out. Novak tries to go around, but Example is well for the trigger here as Alia as well finds through the smoke. Lost track of him just a little bit, but tries to go for spray downs anyway.
Pixel solo player trying to fend off down the hillside down the field, I should say, where he is. Jempty is, on the other Haybell trying to stay put as well. Now knocked once more. Don't think there's any res coming in there, but Pixel still with a decent health. Level 3 gear, not gonna really matter though. Alia continuing to connect his shots.
How do you beat a NaVi that has got these angles at this point? I don't know. That Skade's going to have to do something magic here, but there is still magic in the hands of Jempty and Pixelic. He goes for a headshot, but no, it's not going to be an Example. Finds the barrel on towards Pixelic, and Jempty, the last man remaining here, trying to find something. But they will start hounding like wolves at the door here to try and bring down his position.
They know exactly where he is. Jempty trying to stay put behind Haybell. Not gonna happen. Spotted second time around. There comes the kill. NaVi, 6 kills in the end of things. Again, I mean, coming into the final 4, they had 1 kill. But doesn't matter. 16-point game to start things off with. They'll be well satisfied with that.
I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours.